Hey, um, life is so funny. Um, my name is Tay. I just quit my job. I don't believe life is supposed to be lived unhappy. I believe in the life of fulfillment. I believe in joy. I believe in empathy. And I believe in being yourself. Not just not the ego. I believe in being your raw self, like the core of you. It's very difficult to kind of explain what I have to say. I guess I just kind of have to explain it through who I am now. Up until a while ago, I was working. Um, and ever since I was in school, I've always had this feeling at the back of my mind that I was destined to do something great. Um, Considered, I don't know, but it was there. I I constantly it was I always found myself being overwhelmed with emotion, overwhelmed with you know with feeling, and I would just like escape. um I didn't necessarily understand what was going on. What did it do to me? It made me socially awkward. It made me a recluse. I was always like to myself because I didn't necessarily understand. I was always, in fact, I was all I enjoyed most being around people that understood me. um it wasn't up until recently when I began a journey to kind of understand not academic knowledge, um, like real education. I was educating myself on life, and I realized who I was, the core of myself. For me, I believe I am an empath. I am a giver. I am naturally a a very very caring person. Um, and what tends to happen is that I'm around people whose energies don't necessarily agree to mine. I kind of explain about energies whenever, maybe never. Whose energies never agree to mine, and then what happens is that it contaminates mine because as an empath is just someone that empathizes like a lot, But then this is kind of like on a more molecular level. Is more like it's like a superpower, to be honest. Like everybody has their own thing. You see some guys, they're extremely functional. They can just pop, get things done, get out the way. They like enforcers. Shout out to Nana. you know. But for me, I just found out that naturally, I'm just a carer. Like I could be sitting down in a room filled with people like partying, and I could feel like I'm by myself because I heard one single thing in one place. Now, someone will try and tell you that this means that you're weak, or you're not man enough, you know. And I lived under that cloud for a while, but now it, it took me a while. I had to educate myself to understand that look, we are all different people. We might stand here and we might do the same things and chase the same girls and drink the same, drinks and eat the same food, but we're not the same people, and understanding your core function is only going to help you be better at being the best version of yourself that you can, which is what everybody should be striving to do. This is what got me to this point. I've always wanted to kind of do this, but then I've always thought about what people would think. I've always thought about I've thought about everybody but myself, to be honest. You know, and I was just watching like a bunch of TED Talks, you know, and a bunch of like just a bunch of stuff. I was watching actually a seminar with Tim Phil, who is a sound engineer. He's the guy that mixed Rihanna's Diamonds, and he was saying that, like, this guy asked him a question. He was like, "Oh man, dude, you know, I would like to become a producer actually, but I'm in sound engineering school now, and I don't mind working my way up." And Tim was like, "Man, why would you do that? Why don't you just go straight ahead and be a producer?" You know, Warren Buffett, I think it was Warren Buffett, I hope it was Warren Buffett, said that, like, if you're doing something just for doing it, then you're wasting your time. There's no point doing it. We always, and it's actually a defense mechanism. You know, we always put ourselves in that box that, yes, like, okay, there are these steps to get before we can achieve these things. And also, there's that element of fear, because once you're there, you're trying to do that thing that has been in your mind for so long. It's literally fight or flight. Like, if you fail, you fail. You don't fail, you don't come out. You understand? So there are no things to hide behind. You're literally naked. You know, I'm talking about like Adam and Eve after eating the poisonous apple, naked. And then what do? I guess this is about living in your truth. I'd like everyone to live in their truth. This is not an inspirational video. This is just, it's Tey Love, man. It's Tey Love, man. I'm gonna understand yourself and just try and be yourself. Understand your core function and align that to whatever you do in life. And at the end of the day, you don't necessarily need to be happy, but you need to be content. And you need to be grateful. Because if you're not grateful for what you have, why would you get more? It's all about being content with what you have, who you are, and where you are at that point in time. How could you do that if, like, mentally, you have already set yourself up for failure by saying, "Oh, do you know what? I need to jump these hurdles before I can get to where I need to be." You know, I'm not saying that you know people shouldn't practice or there aren't things to do and there aren't steps to follow. Yes. But don't deceive yourself. Most people, you tell them your dreams, they will tell you not to chase it. And most of the time, the reason that they say that is because they didn't have the courage to chase theirs. So just own your truth. Man, you know. I know you see me begging you for money, man. I beg, just help me out, man. Just play, man. It's Tey Love, man. Just Tey Love.